It was my 30th birthday. I woke up smiling, thinking today would be filled with cake, laughter, and love. My parents invited the whole family to our house, and everything looked perfect. Balloons, decorations, even my favorite cookies. But something felt strange. Everyone looked too serious, like they were hiding something. I tried to ignore it. Then my mom handed me a shiny envelope. "Open it, sweetheart," she said, trying to smile. I thought it was a heartfelt card. But the moment I opened it, my world fell apart. Inside the envelope was an official notice, an eviction letter. I blinked, thinking it was a joke. "What is this?" I asked, my voice shaking. My dad looked away. My mom sighed. "We've decided it's time for you to move out," she said quietly. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. The house I'd lived in, loved, and helped renovate was no longer mine. I had spent the last 3 years fixing it up, using every penny I had. And now, on my birthday, they were throwing me out like I was nothing. I felt betrayed and humiliated. I looked around the room. No one met my eyes. My brother stayed quiet. My cousin looked away. Only my best friend Nina came to my side and whispered, "Something's wrong." This wasn't sudden. I felt tears burning my eyes. "Why are you doing this?" I asked my parents. My mom said, "It's complicated. We think this is best for everyone." That answer wasn't enough. I needed the truth. I knew someone had influenced them, pushed them to this. Someone close. But who? And why? The party was over, but the fight had just begun. I begged my parents to talk to me privately. My mom mentioned financial concerns, and that someone showed them documents saying I was mismanaging the house. "Who?" I demanded. They finally said it. Clara. My cousin Clara, always dressed like she was better than everyone, had apparently been helping with house matters. But she had no right. "She's just trying to protect us," Dad said. I knew better. Clara didn't protect people. She controlled them. And now, she was controlling my parents too. I couldn't sleep that night. I sat in the kitchen, staring at the eviction notice. Every inch of the house had my touch. I picked the tiles, painted the walls, even fixed the roof leaks. It wasn't just a house, it was my life. How could they throw me out? Nina stayed the night, refusing to leave me alone. "Clara's behind this," I said. "I'm sure of it." Nina nodded. "Then let's prove it." My anger slowly grew into determination. If Clara thought she could push me out and take what I built, she was about to be very wrong. The next morning, Nina and I started digging. I checked my permits. Everything was legal. No complaints from neighbors either. Then Nina remembered something. Last week, I saw Clara meeting a real estate agent at a cafe. They had blueprints. My heart dropped. Was she trying to sell the house behind my back? I needed proof. I called my brother, Max. He hesitated, then finally admitted, "Clara said you were struggling." She convinced Mom and Dad selling was the best option. I could hear the guilt in his voice, but this wasn't about helping me. It was about helping herself. Max met me later that day with something important. Emails between Clara and a local development company. "She's trying to sell the house to them," he said. "They want to build luxury condos here." I stared at the papers, shaking with anger. My home wasn't just a building to me. It was memories, hard work, everything I had left after my divorce. Clara was trying to erase it all for money. "She forged half this stuff," Max said. I knew what I had to do. I needed real proof. And I needed a plan. I confronted Clara at her office. She smiled like she had nothing to hide. "You're being emotional," she said. "This is just business." I wanted to scream. Instead, I kept my voice steady. "You lied to my parents. That house isn't yours to sell. She stood, walking over slowly. I have influence, she whispered. You? You have nothing. I walked out, but inside I burned with purpose. Nina was waiting outside. Let her underestimate you, she said. We'll take her down where it counts. Publicly. That's when we knew. We'd strike on my parents' anniversary party. A perfect stage. With Max's help, we collected more documents. Emails, fake permits, property evaluations. We even found out Clara's boyfriend worked for the development company. It all started to make sense. Clara wanted the house gone so she and her boyfriend could profit off the land. She used family trust to manipulate my parents and painted me as the problem. But we had a weapon now. Proof. I called my lawyer, Sophia, who agreed to help. This is fraud, she said. If we reveal this properly, Clara's plans will fall apart. We circled one date on the calendar, Mom and Dad's anniversary dinner. A few days before the dinner, Nina received a message from someone surprising. Clara's ex-boyfriend, Jacob. She did this to me too, he said. She used my name on false documents. He shared old texts and voice recordings. Now we had even more evidence. Why are you helping us? I asked. He looked tired. Because she ruins people. And you're the only one standing up to her. With Jacob's help, our case got stronger. Clara had used fake complaints, fake notarizations, and forged signatures. We just needed one big moment to reveal it all, and it was almost here. The night of the dinner arrived. Clara looked perfect in a sparkling dress, laughing and charming everyone. I stayed quiet, sitting beside Nina and Max, but my heart was pounding. Sophia was there too, documents in her purse. As guests settled, Clara raised her glass. To family, she said. I stood slowly. Actually, I'd like to make a toast. Everyone turned to me. I took a deep breath. This isn't just an anniversary dinner. It's a chance to tell the truth. Clara froze, her smile faltering. I pulled out a folder. I have something you all need to see. People leaned forward as I passed around the documents. These are emails, permits, and messages proving Clara lied to sell my home. She tricked my parents, forged signatures, and tried to profit behind our backs. Gasps filled the room. My mom covered her mouth. My dad looked confused. Clara stood trying to laugh. This is nonsense. She's twisting everything. But then Sophia stepped forward. I'm a lawyer. Everything here has been verified. We also have audio recordings. Clara's face went pale. You'll regret this, she hissed. But she knew. The game was over. Max stood beside me, his voice calm. I overheard Clara discussing demolition dates with developers. She was planning this for months. Clara turned on him. You're siding with her? I'm siding with the truth, he replied. Then came the final blow. Jacob stepped forward. She used my name on city documents. I've reported it to the ethics board. Clara looked around. No one stood up for her. My parents stared in silence, hurt and shocked. My mom whispered, Is this true? Clara didn't answer. She picked up her purse and stormed out. That's when I finally breathed. Everyone was stunned. Some family members apologized. My mom cried and hugged me tightly. I had no idea, she said. I thought she was helping. My dad nodded. We trusted the wrong person. Sophia stepped forward again. The documents are now in the hands of city investigators. The sale will be blocked. I raised my glass, my hands still trembling. To truth, I said, and to finally protecting what matters. For the first time in weeks, I smiled. Not from victory, but from relief. I hadn't lost my home. I had taken it back. The fallout was fast. Clara faced legal action, her reputation ruined. Developers pulled out of the deal, and the city began reviewing other fraudulent permits. My parents asked for forgiveness, which I gave, but not easily. Trust takes time to rebuild. You taught me something, my dad said, to ask questions before signing papers. The house was mine again, officially. I repainted the front door the next morning, a fresh start. Nina brought flowers. It's really over, she said. Almost, I replied. Now it's time to rebuild, on my terms. I didn't want revenge. I wanted peace. But I wasn't afraid anymore. I hosted a small gathering with neighbors who'd supported me. We shared stories and laughter on the front porch. Nina played music, and Max grilled burgers. Clara tried to contact me once, but I blocked her number. There was no room in my life for manipulation anymore. My parents came by with old photo albums. We looked through them, remembering better times. You're stronger than we ever knew, Mom said. Maybe I was. I had fought back. I had won, and I wasn't finished yet. The house stood proud, just like it always had. But now it felt even more alive, with truth, healing, and love. I hung a picture of my younger self in the hallway, smiling by the fireplace. I wasn't that girl anymore. I was braver now, wiser. Nina raised a toast one evening. To Patricia, who reminded us what family really means. I looked around, at the people who stayed, fought, and believed. The house was mine again, but more importantly, I had found myself again. The birthday that nearly broke me had become the start of something stronger.